Behold, glorious verticality! That's right, today we're taking a look at a mod that just adds a ton of verticality to the Bitter Coast, because today's mod of the day is Grot Morrowind Swamp Trees by Melkor Dog and Xero Fox. And this is just an utterly fantastic mod that adds a ton of these gloriously tall and vertical trees to the Bitter Coast, adding a dynamically vertical environment for you to explore and adventure through as you explore the Bitter Coast. And it is just an utterly fantastic mod. I mean, really, it brings me a lot of joy to see this amount of verticality in Morrowind. Gosh, it is just such a fantastic mod. And these trees have been, hand-placed throughout the Bitter Coast, and you'll note they have these giant roots around the base, which just adds an opportunity for some just really atmospheric world detailing, because you'll, see things like, just bridges going right underneath the roots here, which is just utterly fantastic, for just creating a sense of atmosphere in the Bitter Coast. And if you combine this with Valti's Bitter Coast mod and Valti's trees and Ozzy's grass, you can just get an utterly just transformative Bitter Coast with a really fantastic swampy feeling. And we can't forget Mystify, another mod by Melkor Dog, which just adds a lot to the feeling of the Bitter Coast here, and weather adjuster, for some custom shader effects, and you can just get some fantastic atmosphere if you just combine all these mods together. But anyway, focusing on Grot Morrowind Swamp Trees, you'll also find bridges that actually lead up to the tops of these trees, and there's a bit of a bridge highway up here that just provides some stunning views of the Bitter Coast, and again, just some amazing atmosphere. There's also a version of a popular house mod that you can find, floating up here if you choose that option. And just overall, this is again just a really fantastic mod that just adds tons of verticality to the Bitter Coast. And personally, I really highly recommend it. It is, again, I hate to overuse this word, but it is just utterly fantastic. It adds so much verticality to the world's environmental design here. It is really just perfection. That's what it is. It is perfection. But anyway, that's all this mod does, and by all I mean it does quite a bit in terms of just improving the game's verticality. So anyway, that is just our mod of the day. So as always, I've been your host, Dark Elf Guy. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, happy modding, and I'll see you all next time.